And all I need is another Phillies win. What's up, everybody? Phillies win. Eric here, also known as Shard, with the 302 Birds post-game show. Phillies win tonight. What a great win. What a great time to be a Phillies fan. They looked absolutely amazing tonight. Looked freaking unstoppable. Just all around a great, great win tonight. And we're going to break all of that down with our topics tonight. So to go ahead and start, like our intro, kind of showed you, Ranger Suarez has an amazing, amazing outing tonight. Unfortunately, his scoreless streak comes to an end tonight. He did end it, I believe, at 32 2/3 inning. I don't know if they're going to count the 2/3 inning. They said that they had to check that and double check it. But he does have 32 scoreless innings under his belt. And I really, really wish that Rob didn't put him in for the 8th. Personally, I know that, he was looking great. He was only, I think, at around 80 pitches when he went into the 8th. So I get why Rob put him in, but I think Rob should have pulled him just to keep that scoreless streak alive. But it is what it is. I mean, he definitely looked dominant again tonight. His ERA right now is sitting at a 1.36. His ERA for this game was at a 1.32. He went 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, let up, unfortunately, 1 home run. I think his velocity kind of dipped there. Didn't walk any batters, surprisingly, which was absolutely fantastic. And had 8 strikeouts again for a ERA of 1.32. But yeah, like Jordan here says, what's going on, Jordan? Always good to see you. Masterful performance by Ranger. Dude was absolutely just painting the zone, throwing it where he wanted, controlling the ball where he wanted, striking guys out, grounding guys out, popping guys out, just like doing whatever he wanted. And I think that, that's exactly what we need in a starter. That's exactly what we need. I think that when we first got Ranger, it was kind of iffy on if we wanted him to be our 3rd starter behind Wheeler and Nola. But I think as time has gone on, I think that he's solidified his spot. I think honestly, a lot of the starters right now have solidified their spots as starters. You can't find another good starting 5 in all of MLB right now, in my opinion. I think that, and we're going to get into this in a minute, if you bring in somebody new, and you all know who I'm talking about because I just hate this idea that's going to happen tomorrow. If you bring in somebody new, it's going to throw everything off, and it really, really pisses me off and irritates me. But to kind of close out this topic, Ranger, if you're watching, if you can hear us, great fucking job, buddy. Keep this shit up. Have a freaking day, and the Cy Young will be yours. I guarantee it. But to move into our next topic, and I see that Star Wars here already beat me to it, here comes Walker. Oh boy. Taijuan Walker is starting the game tomorrow. I can't find his stats online just because I don't really think that rehab stats are really recorded as much as regular season. But I really just hope that, like Jordan said here, I really hope Walker has a good outing tomorrow. I pray that he has a good outing. I just don't want this starting 5 ERA right now to kind of falter. I think we're between a 2 and a 3 right now ERA for the starting 5. I could be completely wrong. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Ranger right now has a 1.36 ERA. Aaron Nola right now, his ERA is at a 3.20. Zach Wheeler, his ERA right now, 1.93. I could keep going, but I mean, I'm not going to because you guys get the point. Our ERA right now for our starting 5 is anywhere between a 1 to a 4. I mean, like, it's absolutely amazing what we're doing right now with our starting five. And I think if Taiwan comes in, it's just going to throw everything off, unfortunately. And that's just unfortunate. I don't think that he's the guy that we need. I don't think that he should be put in as a starter. I think you keep him in your back pocket. You make him a reliever. You make him a closer and see what he can do. I just don't think that, Walker is the guy to throw into the starting five right now. And I know I keep beating a dead horse. I get it. But it's something we have to talk about just because it is happening. But we did, get the series win. So, I mean, even if we do lose tomorrow, knock on wood, it's not that big of a deal just because we did get the series win. And the Braves lost in extra innings tonight. The Mets lost earlier. So, I mean, honestly, the standings would stay the same. So not that big of a deal. I think that, you kind of keep him on a short leash and go from there. But other than that, I mean, Walker hopefully has a good outing. But with the negatives comes the freaking positives. Alec freaking Bohm, dude. Where was this last year? What is going on right now with Alec Bohm, dude? Like every time that I tune in to watch the Phillies, this guy I can expect to hit right now. I mean, he is absolutely amazing. I mean, like, I don't know what is going on with him. I don't know if he put in the work in the off season, mechanic wise. I don't know if, he's taking extra batting practice, but he is absolutely on fire right now. He has 4 at-bats tonight, 1 run, 2 hits, 4 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, 1 home run. So, I mean, absolutely amazing. He had, I believe, a home run and a double. So, I mean, like, his RBI count right now is at a 22 throughout, what are we at right now? I think 28 games, 29 games. So, I mean, like, he's getting an RBI almost every single game, which is amazing. I mean, like, there's only a couple games where he does not have an RBI, which was April 25th against the Reds, April 22nd against the Reds, and then April 20th against the White Sox. So, I mean, like, he's getting an RBI almost every single game, and that's absolutely amazing. It's what we need right now. It's what we've needed for the past couple of years, and if he can continue this and into the postseason, I think we have a really good shot to make it back to the World Series. I don't think there's a reason why we don't have a good chance to make it back to the World Series. Because you look at last season when the bats went cold, Bohm, I believe Rob had him as the cleanup hitter in the number 4 spot. He wasn't getting these RBIs. He wasn't really hitting. He wasn't really producing. What's up, Dalton? Good stuff, Phils. Definitely good stuff. Definitely a good win. But like I was saying, Bohm wasn't producing like he is now. And I think with that confidence and with the production that he has, again, I know I'm going in a circle, but if he can produce, I think it's going to give us a really good shot to get our ring back, get our trophy back, have a parade on Broad Street, and do what we've been wanting to do for the past couple of years and seasons with, every single team in Philly. We want a parade. I mean, we haven't had a parade since, 2018? So, I mean, like, we want to grease the poles. We want a parade. We want to march down Broad Street, strutting our stuff, bringing out all the crazy outfits again, having great speeches. We want that. And I think that this is going to be the year that we can finally do that. So I think everybody should start calling out of work now. Put your days in. Get ready to have a parade on Broad Street. But like Star Wars 99 said here, my main man, one of our loyal supporters here every night. Really appreciate you, Star Wars. But John Kruk is right. Bohm is player of the month. In my opinion, yes. I think honestly right now it's tied between, I don't want to say tied, but I think it's a really close first and second. I think first you have Alec Bohm, and like right behind him is Brandon Marsh. I think they're kind of neck and neck for player of the month. But I just like, it just amazes me what is going on right now with this team. Everybody's producing for the most part. Everybody's on fire. Everybody's doing what they need to do. There's two players that really are pissing me off right now, and I'm going to talk about them in a second. But, we just need to keep this up and keep the foot on the gas so that way we can do what we've been set out to do. And like Chiefs King said here, I do think Bohm is getting a award, whether it's a slugger, whether it's a what's the other one? A Gold Glove for the fielding. We'll see what happens. But like I was just saying, Nick Castellanos, man, what the fuck are you doing? I want to pull up here and show you guys what he was swinging at tonight because this honestly pisses me the hell off. But let me see here. Jordan, I see your comment here. Is there any way we can catch the Braves? I'm going to get into that here in a second. But let's go ahead and I want to break down what Nicholas Castellanos is swinging at here. So I took a couple screenshots of his at-bats tonight, and I want you guys to look at this, okay? 3, 2, and 5. Why is he swinging at this stuff that's way outside the zone? Like, this is a 1, 2, 3. This is a 5-pitch walk. A 5-pitch walk. You have 5 balls here that you should not be swinging at by any means, okay? So that's his first at-bat. Let's go into his second one. Again, swinging at stuff way outside the zone. Granted, it was called a strike, so I can't really fault him for that. And I get why he might swing at stuff because they are calling this stuff a strike. But at the same time, it's like, you kind of have to choose your battles. Most of the time, it's not going to be called a strike. You might have that umpire, that's blind as shit, probably put something in his eyes to make him blind. But I mean, like, why? Like, it pisses me off to the extent where, like, you need to sit him. I don't care about contract. I don't care about the money that he's making. I don't care if, he's blackmailing Rob right now. But, like, it amazes me, like, the amount of stupidity when it comes to his plate discipline. So that's the second one. And then the third one, this one is just absolutely mind-boggling. Again, number one, I kind of understand, it can be called a ball or a strike just because it's right there on the edge of the zone. But look at this one down here, number 4. Why? Why are we swinging at that? If you watch, for any of you that watched the game, that watched this pitch here in the top of the second, that thing was in the dirt. It was low as hell, and he just casually takes the bat and swings. And I don't get it. I don't understand what he's seeing. I don't understand, why he's swinging at what he's swinging. I really hope that Rob gets it through his head that he needs to sit for a game or two. But, like Chiefs King here says, as a Nick fan, you actually suck. Chiefs King is the biggest Nick Castellanos fan I know. And for him to say that Nick sucks, well, Nick sucks. Nick needs to be sent down to the minors to get his hand straightened out. See, my whole thing is like, my thing with the hate and people, on socials and whatnot are saying that I'm kind of unjustified. Look at the way that we hated Johan Rojas at the beginning of the season. Why can we not give that hate to Nick? Just because he's earning more? Just because he's a veteran? I mean, like, if we're keeping, the same premise between all our players, or we're keeping our players borderline level, then why can't we hate on Nick the same way we hated on Johan? We hated on Johan, and he's kind of, gotten out of a slump. Granted, he's not perfect, but I think he's better than Nick right now, statistic-wise. I mean, like, this is a topic we beat a dead horse, but you have 5 guys that you can rotate throughout the outfield. Why are we not doing that? Move Rojas up and Nick down. I mean, in the lineup, maybe. I don't really agree with this Chiefs King just for the sake that I think Rojas is a solid 9 guy. I think Nick is a solid 8 guy. Granted, Nick's not producing, but I don't think Rojas should be moved up. But we'll see what happens. I mean, anything's possible. Rob has definitely made weirder lineups before, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean, Nick just needs to be sat down for a couple games. He needs to maybe be sent down, maybe take a couple of days worth of batting practice, get his head in the game, get his average up, and then come back in. Just because the bottom of the lineup right now in your 8 and 9 spot is really kind of wishy-washy. And what I mean by that is it's not guaranteed you're going to get a hit every time. And I mean, I get that that's every player, is not going to be guaranteed a hit. But when you have 2 guys coming up that you can almost guarantee are going to be 2 outs back to back, I think that's a little worrisome going down the long stretch of games we have here. But to go ahead and close out the show for tonight, we'll go ahead and do our standings update like we do every show. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. So the Braves, like I said, the Braves did lose tonight. They lost in extras 4-2 against the Guardians. The Mets lost as well today against the Cardinals 7-4. So the Mets right now are 5.5 games behind us. We are 1.5 games against the Braves. Nationals are 6.5 games back, and the Marlins are 13.5 games back. So honestly, if you want my real opinion, Jordan, like you said here, is there any way we catch the Braves? Yes. I think we do catch the Braves sometime this week. If we look at the Braves schedule right now, they're playing the Guardians, then the Mariners, then the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani has been on fire. I don't know if you guys have, kind of watched him. It seems like almost every game I get an alert on my phone saying that he's hitting some kind of ridiculous home run, whether it's the fastest home run off the bat, whether it's the farthest home run from the plate, whatever. So I think that sometime in the next week or so, maybe by the end of this week, when we come back to CBP, that we will be up on the Braves. And I think, honestly, maybe sometime this week, we'll be in that number 1 spot in the division. Take that with a grain of salt. If I'm wrong, you guys can come back here and absolutely bash the shit out of me. But, I think that, yes, I think there is a way we can catch the Braves. They just need to lose, I believe, it's 1.5, so I'm not 100% sure how that works. It's a little bit weird. I think they have to lose 1 game, and we have to win 1 game, and I think we overtake them. I could be completely wrong. I'll have to look into that, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow. But, yeah, I think that we definitely catch up to the Braves by the end of this week. And I think that if we do, then Philly needs to grease the polls because it's going to be absolutely pandemonium on the streets of Philadelphia on Broad Street. So yeah, I mean, I want the division too. It's definitely going to be a tight race. I think that, and I was saying this earlier, in the 302 Birds group chat that we have, because we discuss before the shows to get our topics. I think that it is going to be a tight race. I think it's going to be kind of like, let me give you a good comparison. I think it's going to be kind of like with football, where it comes down to the last week, the year that the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, right? It came down to that very last week against the Giants 2 years ago, where we had to win that game in order to win a division and win the number 1 seed. So I think it's going to kind of be like that. If I can give you a good comparison, I think it's going to come down to the end of the season where we really need to win the games in order to win the division. But we'll see what happens. I mean, even if we don't win the division, we always whoop the Braves' ass in the postseason anyway. So, I mean, we kind of have their number in the postseason. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we're playing great ball right now. This is exactly the ball that I wanted to see going into April. May's coming up. They usually it's kind of a on and off when it comes to May. June is when things really heat up because we have June Swarber coming up. So we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, Phillies win tonight 9-3. Or not 9-3. What am I thinking? 5-1. Wow, I'm stuck in that 5 home run game the other night. They win 5-1 tonight. My bad, guys. It's late. I'm tired. But, I got to be here for you guys, and I love doing this show. It's absolutely great. Love being here with you all. But Phillies win 5-1. Absolute great win. Absolutely demolishing the teams that we're playing right now. And we get another series win. So, yeah, that's all I have. Great win. Great stuff. And Ranger, go ahead and take us out.